Hello from Warsaw and welcome to our last January activity. We started with a pretzel and we are finishing with a pretzel too. Today I would like to share with you my favorite book and my favorite author as well. It's Walter the Baker by Carle. Carle said once that whenever he delivers a picture book for children, he wants to teach them something important about life. And well, I share this this feeling with the master that whenever I deliver a lesson, I would like to teach my students something more than the language, right? So I have two editions of this book, not only differing not only in size, but this book is by Scholastic. This book is by actually it is by Simon and Schuster, but it's Simon Spotlight, which is that division of Schuster. And the difference is that this book is a ready-to-read series, so some more complicated words have been eliminated from this version. But in my opinion, it does not affect the content in any way. Of course, this edition is wonderful because this is a reader. So in fact, it hasn't got and papers. They are quite uninteresting. While here we can see typical Carle's wonderful and papers, right? And also we have some information. Here, we've got a lovely dedication for my mother and father. And also, the end of the book, we have two things. One is, I wish to thank my neighbor, Robert Norman, bakery in Northampton, Massachusetts, for his technical assistance. And something even more interesting, the word pretzel comes from the Latin word brachum, meaning arm. And originally, the pretzel was a simple bread eaten during Lent, and its shape is based on an ancient position for prayer, which was this, right? So something very interesting for students to talk about. And the book is a story about Walter. You see, Walter the baker, who lives in a small town together with his wife, Anna, and his son, Walter Jr. Everybody loves his bread. He bakes bread for the whole town, but more importantly, he bakes sweet rolls every day for the Duke and Duchess. They love the rolls, they wait for them every day. But one day, there is a problem, a disaster strikes. You see, a cat tips over a can of milk, and desperate baker adds water instead of milk. Of course, the Duke and the Duchess are not very happy. They don't like it at all, and they want to punish him. But they remember how good his bread is, so they decided to give him one last chance. So this is what they say. This is the challenge for Walter. Invent a roll through which the rising sun can shine 3 times, and it must be made from one piece of dough, and it must taste good. Whenever I use the book with children, I stop here. I give them the challenge, the instruction that the Duke gives to the baker, and I give them a piece of dough when they have to invent and come up with a roll that will let the sun shine 3 times through and made of one single piece of dough. Of course, Walter works very hard all night, you see, and then, as usually with great inventions, by accident, he actually invents the pretzel. You see here the sun shines 3 times through the piece of bread. Of course, the Duke and the Duchess are very happy, and everybody is happy in the town. This book is wonderful for cross-curricular teaching. We can teach science, asking students why some bread is flat and crispy, while other is soft and spongy. We can perform different type of experiments with yeast and soda. We can, yes, we can finally bake bread with children if we have such facilities at school. Whenever I start this topic, what is very important for me is the multicultural aspect of our daily bread. I ask students to bring a piece of bread from their homes, to bring a kind of daily bread that they eat. And I bring myself tortilla, ciabatta, focaccia, challah, matzo bread. Well, I'm Armenian, so lavash as well. And then we try to match each kind of bread to its origins, yes, to the country where it comes from. Wonderful activities for maths when we estimate the price of a slice of bread given the whole loaf. When we compare the price, having a small roll that is, let's say, €1, and a big loaf that costs €3. So which is more expensive and why? A lovely activity that would close the whole topic, and that is a kind of assessment, is designing your own roll or your own bread, inventing a name, calculating the price, setting the ingredients, and finally, if students are capable enough, writing the instruction, teaching them the structure of the recipe, where we have ingredients and procedure, and students write it. I hope you like this book as much as I do. Thank you very much, and see you next month.